Hey everybody, it's Danielle, and if you're watching this, it's Sunday at InterrobangYA. So, hopefully everybody's recovered from the readathon this weekend, and you're all ready to pick up some brand new books since you've already completely read your entire TBR pile, right? Okay. So this week I thought that I would talk a little bit about books for guys that they would like in young adult fiction. My husband reads a ton of young adult fiction, and he's always asking me for recommendations. And so I thought this would be perfect because he doesn't always necessarily like all the romancy stuff in it, but he does like a really good young adult book. So when I was talking to him, I asked him his first pick, like if he would pick one book that he would give young adult readers, male young adult readers, and his first pick was Safik and Incarceron by Catherine Fisher. And then he also really enjoyed the Relic Master series. There's 4 in the series by her. The first one is Dark City. Looks like that. They came out a month apart, each of them, and so if you like steampunk or you want to get into steampunk, either one of those series is really good. Also fantasy type, so I would highly recommend those. So would he. The next one would be The Maze Runner by James Dashner. I did this last time, but there's 3 books in the series. The Scorch Trials and The Death Cure just came out. Really good series, quick reads. The next one that I'd recommend would be, and that he also liked as well, was the series The Books of Pelennor by Alison Croghan. And the first one is The Naming, and then there is The Riddle and The Crow and The Singing. And they're all it's kind of like a young adult version of The Lord of the Rings, but super, super quick, really good reads, really easy, and some of my favorite young adult books, actually, and his too. He really liked them. Because my husband is a huge dystopian fan, and of course I have to mention Patrick Ness in almost every video, so it's going to get to be like a trend. The Chaos Walking trilogy, it's definite must read. All These Things I've Done by Gabrielle Zevin is another one he liked. And then of course The Hunger Games, so really like this, Suzanne Collins. If you haven't read those, you're hiding under a rock, but or at least heard of them. The next one is another by Patrick Ness. Not positive if it's young adult or middle grade. I've been hearing mixed signals about this, but Monster Calls, excellent read. Recommend it to everybody. The next one that he really liked, and he liked it so much that I ended up having to pre-order the last book that just came out, is the Leviathan series by Scott Westerfeld. There's Behemoth and Goliath, and really quick reads, good reads. He really liked them, especially if you are at all interested in steampunk. Again, I'd highly recommend trying them out. Other books that I would recommend that he hasn't necessarily read, but that I've read and enjoyed. The first would be I've listened to these by Don Calumet. It's Swim the Fly and Beat the Band. Really funny, kind of just goofy summer reads. Next is Blink and Caution by Tim Wynne-Jones. The next is Eli the Good by Silas House. Kind of both Blink and Caution and the one by Silas House, more realistic adventure type books. The next that I'd recommend is the Guys Read series. It's not necessarily young adult, but it's technically middle grade fiction, but they're a collection of short stories by authors who all really like to write books and stories for boys. Great. They have thriller and funny business out so far, and there's another couple in the series coming, so highly recommend those. The next is another middle grade but still, I really think this is actually one that I think everybody should read, but I think guys will like it a lot, is Wonderstruck, partially because it's a graphic novel. It's gorgeous illustrations. Next one is one from Lerner Books, You Will Call Me Drog by Sue Cowing. Really creepy, good for this time of year. The next, I believe, was actually talked about earlier in the week. Peter Nimble and His Fantastic Eyes by Jonathan Oxer. Excellent book. Another one that I can't go an entire video without talking about is the Rotten Ruin series by Jonathan Mayberry. Excellent books for guys or anybody that likes zombie books. The next one is by Stephen Edmund. It's called Wintertown, and he's actually done another book that I really enjoyed called Happy Face, and I'd recommend it. It's really good. He does more graphic novels type, and it's just really, really good writing, really good books. This one, Wintertown, doesn't come out until December, so if you're wanting to get a Stephen Edmund book, I would highly recommend picking up Happy Face now and then getting this in December. So, and I think that's it for this week. There are obviously other books that guys like, and obviously not, when I say it's for guys, I don't necessarily mean that girls can't read them too, because obviously I've read most of these books myself, so, and enjoyed them. So I'd highly recommend picking up any of these, and make sure that you tune in tomorrow to April for another video from InterrobangYA. And until next week, I'll see you later. Bye.